Hello students, how are you? Today I will be teaching you about adding and subtracting decimals, okay? So just a reminder before seeing the video. Please in the worksheet write the answer, and I want to see on another paper, I want to see all your calculation or your detailed calculation equal in the video, okay? Like it's calculated in the video, okay? So on the worksheet just write the answers, but on another paper please make the calculations in detail like the video is teaching you. Okay, so enjoy the video. So I will put for you. Okay.
Adding and subtracting decimals with Mr. J. In this video, we're going to be discussing how to add and subtract decimals and the steps we need to take in order to successfully do so. On your screen, you see 4 problems, 2 addition and 2 subtraction. We're going to work through these 4 together, and if at any point you want to try a couple on your own, feel free to press pause, solve the remaining problems or whichever problems you want to solve, press play when you're ready, and check your work with mine. At the top of your screen in blue, you see the steps to adding and subtracting decimals, so keep those in mind as we work through. So let's jump right in to number 1. So for number 1, we have 45 and 6 tenths plus 3 and 89 hundredths. So our first step, we need to set the problem up, rewrite it vertically or up and down. We need to line up the decimals. So we'll write out 45 and 6 tenths plus 3 and 89 hundredths. The decimals are lined up, therefore all the places are lined up. Now we can insert placeholder zeros if need be. So take a look at the 9. It's kind of hanging off to the right, but 3 and 89 hundredths goes to the hundredths place. So we want the 45 and 6 tenths to go to the hundredths place too. That way we have something above the 9 there, and it lines up a little bit. You can add zeros to the right of a decimal, and it does not change the value of that number. So again, you can use placeholder zeros to the right of a decimal, and it doesn't change the value. This only works for decimals though. You can't add zeros to the right of whole numbers, or else it does change the value. So use placeholder zeros, and then we can add or subtract. So 0 plus 9 is 9. 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry the 1. Bring your decimals straight down. It should be lined up throughout the whole problem. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9, and then 4. So 49 and 49 hundredths. Number 2, we have 15 plus 4 and 88 hundredths. So for a whole number, we put the decimal right after it. Now we can line up 4 and 88 hundredths. And this is addition. So here, the problem's offset. Like number 1, we had to use placeholder zeros. So for the 15, we can put a 0 in the tenths and a 0 in the hundredths. Now we're all lined up and ready to add. 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 8 is 8. Bring the decimal straight down. 5 plus 4 is 9. 1 plus 0 there is 19. Or I'm sorry, you have the 1 there, which gives us 19. So 19 and 88 hundredths. So number 3, we have subtraction, which it's the exact same rules, except when you get to this third step over here, you subtract. So let's write out our problem, lining up the decimals. And it's subtraction. So let's put the placeholder 0 there. And now it's time to subtract. So we cannot do 0 minus 7, so we need to borrow. So now we have 10 minus 7, which is 3. We cannot do 5 minus 6, so we need to borrow. minus 6, which is 9. Bring the decimal straight down. So we need to borrow again. We can't do 4 minus 9. So we need to borrow from the 3, or the tens place here. And we get 14 minus 9, which is 5. And then we have the 2. So 25 and 93 hundredths. Line up the decimals, use placeholder zeros, add or subtract. So just like number 2 here, we have a whole number in number 4. So the 23, and we put the decimal right after. Then we have 8 and 8 tenths. And subtract. So let's put the placeholder 0, and we are ready to solve. So we can't do 0 minus 8. Don't just drop the 8 there. We need to borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. Decimal straight down. And we need to borrow again. So 12 minus 8 is 4. And then we have the 1. So 14 and 2 tenths. So that's adding and subtracting decimals for you, and the rules or steps we need to take in order to get to the correct answer. So make sure you line up your decimals, use placeholder zeros, and then add or subtract. Thanks so much for watching.